It's a wild track, man. So let's go ahead and move on to this other track. So I've heard of these guys, mostly because I know Jared Dines got picked up as a permanent member apparently, and he was touring with them. So I was checking them out, and then I saw they have a track that features Howard Jones, who we just talked about on the last Hangout with Killswitch, or used to be with Killswitch, and Josh Gilbert, who is now with Spirit Box. So it was just kind of like the perfect storm. I'm looking for tracks and stuff, and here we are. I know I've heard some of the other Oni stuff, and I know they're tuned pretty low, and I want to say they're like on 7s, but I think they're transposing maybe on top of the 7s. So I'm anxious to see how this one goes. I didn't listen to it. It does have 1.3 million views, so I mean it's been listened to. So we're gonna check these guys out. I already know that this band does a lot of the sing, and usually not as much of the screaming. So we'll see how that goes. But
looks like they're in Drop C is what it's saying.
Really, maybe in this track they are. I don't know.
Maybe
we'll see. We'll see how it sounds. So this is Oni. The song's called Aura. It does have a music video with it. I imagine Howard and Josh are going to be visible in it. I mean, why not have them in the video if they're featured? So here we go. This is Oni.
Let me
But yeah, so you said C tuning, right?
Yeah.
That's not what it sounded like to me. But
Yeah.
yeah, they must have transposed that down. But yeah, so real quick, let's get down to some of the connections here. So for those watching, Josh Gilbert was the one in the computer monitor in the video. He's now bassist in Spirit Box. Originally from As I Lay Dying, he was bassist and the little singer guy there. And then Howard Jones was the black guy in there. He was originally with Kill Switch. Well, actually, he was originally with, like, what was it called? Like something Tide or something. Red Tide or something. Something like that.
Dang it. You asked me at a bad time, and I can't give you his whole life story.
Yeah. Yeah, it was something Tide or something like that. He was with the drummer that's now with Kill Switch. They came from there together. Anyway, he was with Kill Switch.
Blood has been shed.
Okay, there we go. And then Kill Switch, and then he moved on to his other projects, which it just hit me full circle. He worked with Jared Dines on that Sion project. So now I'm seeing, okay, why did Jared Dines land on Oni? Why is Howard Oni? Okay, so cool. But I don't know. What are your thoughts on this composition and everything, Bo?
So I have two. I think overall, like, again, it's a good song. It's catchy. It's got all kinds of fun elements into it. The second it starts, we get that Doomsday ripoff riff. The second it starts, that's the first thing I hear is just immediately, just because we just listened to Architects. Like, I hear, like, in Architects ripoff rip. Not to take anything away. Like, I hate me. Like, the second that came on, like, that's what I hear. Like, you got ambient stuff going on in the background. You got that riff. That's the first thing that came to mind. Like the chorus, which is funny because of Josh Gilbert being in the song. The chorus just sounds like, to me, for some reason, my brain went right to As I Lay Dying's Conceived in Fire song. Like, almost to the T is what the chorus sounded like. Again, like, it's a fun song, it's a good song. Howard comes in, kills it. Other than just to have him on the song, I don't understand, like, putting Josh Gilbert in there too. It's like Howard
feature,
did tons of it, and then Josh Gilbert comes in and does, like, a couple lines. Like, it's kind of odd. I don't quite understand that, but, like, all that stuff was, overall, it was a great song. Howard killed it. I like Josh Gilbert's vocals in it a lot too. The singer for Oni, he's got a really awesome range. It's a huge sound, big sound. I hear like a little too much was taken away from those couple other songs, and that's like all my brain hears while the song is playing.
Yeah. But yeah, again, you know what? You know why Josh Gilbert may have been on it, and it just hit me, because my next question was, I wonder who mixed and mastered them, and then it hit me. Josh Gilbert has a studio and mixes and masters, so I'd be willing to put a few bucks on it that maybe he mixed and mastered, and that's why he was on this track. Hey man, while you're at it, you want to just throw down a couple lines,
Yeah. That's in my head. Like, that's the only thing that really makes sense. It's like, he was just hanging out that day, and we were like, "Hey, you want to jump in on this? We got Howard too."
Yeah, right. Huh.
We got my buddies in Islander have a song like that where they have Dan from Zayo and Bruce from Living Sacrifice doing some of the backup vocals on it, and then they also had Head from Korn.
Oh, really?
Do some of the guitar lines on it, and I actually got to, like, they had to come when they lived in Lafayette. They had to come and borrow my gear to work on the guitar lines for it.
That's cool.
Yeah, so they didn't have, like, an amp and stuff, so they, like, text me like 11 o'clock, like, "Hey, can we borrow some stuff?"
That's wild.
And then, like, a couple years later, like, all of a sudden, like, the song comes out and it's got those two on it as well, and I was like, what just happened?
That's cool. Very cool. So let's see, what else can we say about these guys? Yeah, like, so I followed Jared Dines on some stuff, and then I saw him. He was playing a live show with these guys, and that's how I came across the band. So here we are. This was hearing them processed with a video, as opposed to the live chaos video that I saw. But yeah, man, I saw, like you said, it just like Architects, they found that groove and got a really good hook, and they capitalized on it, man. They did a lot of right things with it. It's amazing how a good mix and master, and just quite frankly good tracking performances will go. Because I mean, you can do something that's not overly complicated, but if every instrument is dead on time and it's mixed and mastered, man, it elevates the track so much. So again, great mix and master. Like I said, I'd be willing to bet money it was Josh Gilbert. And it sounded really good, man. It sounds like they're touring, and they've been playing in front of packed houses, so people are digging it. I mean, I'm gonna listen to more of it. I need to go grab one of their playlists or something and check it out, and start stealing a few things onto my playlist. But
yeah, it's definitely, I've heard one or two songs from it, and they're actually listen to listen in full or anything like that.
yeah,
But yeah, you definitely got to. And again, anything that Howard Jones is going to throw some vocals on, I'm going to listen to at some point.
right. So, speaking of Howard Jones, I'll go ahead and throw this out there for any drummers listening. So it sounds like Jared Dines and Howard are doing another Sion album, and you have to go to Jared Dines' website or whatever. If you're a drummer, they're looking for drummers to feature on tracks. I think they're doing like 4 or 5 tracks that they're looking for drummers. So you got to reach out to them. I think they send you some of the scratch tracks maybe for the guitars, and you got to write your drums and then send it back, and then they're going to select, I think, 4 or 5, and they're going to fly them out, I think, and everything to come perform the drum tracks on it. So if you're a drummer and you want to be on a Sion album with Howard Jones and Jared Dines, go do that shit. I mean,
Jared Dines is one. I love Jared Dines. First of all, like, one of the sickest guitar players.
Mm-hmm.
Like, absolutely insane. But he took his like kind of YouTube stardom and just does awesome stuff like that, and make albums with Howard Jones, and however many little projects he's been involved on and all that stuff. Like he's done a lot of really awesome stuff with what he's like built for his platform and everything.
Did you watch Musician's Mansion?
I didn't watch that. I didn't quite understand. I don't know. It was too much to wrap my head around. I don't know why. I just didn't give it a chance. I probably should, but
yeah, there's 2 seasons of it. It's not bad. I'll go out on a limb and say that I didn't agree with some of the judging on it. So what they do is they got enough people on the show to make 3 bands, and so they make these 3 super bands with all these YouTube content creators and whatnot, and then they compete with all these different challenges throughout the show, which obviously includes writing music, and then they get judged, and it the judges are usually, I don't know if Jared did judging, but he always has judges, and usually Angel Vivaldi is always one of the judges every episode, every season, and then 1 or 2 other guest hosts. And I didn't necessarily agree with some of the votings, but I will say that the cool thing is both seasons, it's so crazy to see, because you're going to recognize a lot of the faces on there, because like I said, they're YouTube creators and whatnot. And when you see the groups that they make and what you think that group is going to write, not necessarily the case, but it was really cool, because there was 3 bands on each season, and on both seasons each band sounded different. It wasn't like 2 metalcore bands and then 1 deathcore band. It was always like totally different in the spectrum. Like one was metalcore-ish, and one was like super death metal, deathcore, Suicide Silence kind of crap, and then you had a band that was honestly wasn't even metal; it was almost like rock. So you had those three styles going against each other. So it was a good watch. I mean, they got some amazing talent that he grabbed for that show. But to your point, yeah, he started off with guitar videos and then he molded it into all these other things, which is kind of sad sometimes because you'll notice that he posts lately and he's posting it like it's a new video, but it's actually just an old video he made from his glory days of posting guitar content.
Yeah.
But that's kind of sad. But hey, I mean, his bills are getting paid. It doesn't matter what he does, I guess.
Yeah. But it's really cool that one of the guys that was doing it just for fun at first, like, made a living out of it, and then finds ways to make his fan base like happy that he's still doing what he's doing. Like he puts out insane music when he puts music out, and like just the talent level there is just outrageous.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? Since you're talking about talent and everything like that, now's a good time to remind everyone we do have the Banger Wednesday Spotify playlist that is comprised of every band that's ever been on the Banger Wednesday show. It's not one of the nights where we have a band on to talk about, their track or whatnot, but that's the whole reason we do the show. This is just a night for us hosts to, pick some tracks on our own and, chill out a little bit. But please go find the playlist. Also, again, reminding everyone to go to YouTube. Please go subscribe to it and check out all the episodes there.